Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Cardano is basically losing support at the moment. Okay, we're coming down. We've created this wick here. Okay, which shows strength. I mean, look at that. Look, this is a weekly time frame. You've got an enormous wick here, which shows strength. But right now, we are sort of rolling this week, and we're coming down to fill this wick. Now, it is really important we hold this low. Look, because this is the previous market low where you come up like that. You held that low, and right now, you know, you've held it just there. Now, if you do start to roll out of that and start to eat your head, you can see. Look at this. You're absolutely rolling over here, and you're potentially entering some kind of capitulation event here for Cardano. Okay, not necessarily a bear market, because a bear market is structural loss where you start to do like lower highs, you know, lower lows, and you can see you're rolling essentially. But we've not got anything like that. It's just basically pure capitulation at the moment, isn't it, for Cardano? You know, coming down to support. So obviously, if you do start to lose that support just there, then I would imagine, you know, you're going to come down, and you can see immediately on the weekly time frame you do have that level of support just there. Okay, which is a previous swing high, which you melted through, not necessarily back test of support. So that would be an immediate massive level of support for me, you know, on the weekly time frame right there for Cardano. Will it happen? Well, for me to tell you that's 100% going to happen just because it's rolling, you know, would be hopium, unless you start to lose the support and then you're in the target to that. Do you understand that? That's how it works. Lose support, create targets to the downside, break resistance, create targets to the upside. Really is that simple. Okay, but yeah, I mean, you are under the cost, you are under the 55, you are under the 20. So effectively on the on the weekly time frame, you are in a downtrend until you get back above those levels of support and hold them as support like this. Okay, coming down, consolidated, hold back test, uptrend basically. So yeah, you're in a downtrend essentially, coming down to support. You lose this support, you're going to get continuation, and that would be an immediate level of support for me down there at around about 40 cents. Will it get that deep? Because basically what this looks like to me, and I'm looking at this on a lot of projects as well, is some kind of wave 4 ABC. Let's take a look at this. Okay, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So look, this is your low, you see dump just there. Okay, and that's your wave 1 high, you can see it is. That's your wave 2, and right now for me this is your wave 3 just there. Okay, and what you've done here, you've put in an ABC correction just there, an A down, a B high, and then potentially a C that's going to come deeper than this. And it's all about how low this C comes, okay, which signifies the bottom of 4. So right now, potentially, this is what I'm looking at, you know, because it's called a regular flat correction, basically, a wave 4 correction. Now you can see essentially if you do start to come down, even to this swing low, just there, this swing high, sorry, that is still higher than the wave 1 high. So that validates this Elliott wave theory. And at that point, that's the 5th wave going to start to come back up, okay? So what I'm going to do is drop the fibs on here for Cardano. You know, because for me this is not bear market structure. This is bear market structure. You know, you come down slowly but surely, you create dead cat bounces, you know, fake outs, relief rallies, dead cat bounce after dead cat bounce. You're creating foundational support, and then you lose it essentially. So you know, this is very, very different. This cycle's different. This is why I do think that, you know, what we're looking at here for across crypto is potentially the wave 4 corrections. Okay, potentially. So you know, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So this is how I've got my $18 target up here. Okay, around about there towards $18. Let me get this knob on. I'll show you exactly what we're working with right now for Cardano. Okay, now you can see we didn't even get to the 1272. We're not even got to the 1414, and we're not got to the $18. Obviously, you completely understand that, and that's why, you know, that is my target, because usually when you break the highs, you're usually in a 1618 target. But you can see you broke the high just there from that we put in the previous bull run in 2018. You know, and you've come up, you've got sort of above it a bit, and right now you're sort of rolling below it as support. So at the minute you have broken out essentially of this high, which actually puts you in a 1618 target. But what you're doing right now, you're getting overextended and you're coming back for support. So potentially immediately you can see where a key level of support is on the fibs, okay, on a weekly time frame, is the 786 at 52 cents. So it might not necessarily come as deep as that, and this might actually be the end of the C wave, because this is what we're looking at here as a potential ABC correction. You got the A wave down, you got the B wave high, and you've potentially, if you start to take this A wave low out, okay, this low here that you put in, okay, if you start to take that out, then you can see you're going to come all the way down to the 786 retracement, which would, I know it's awful, but it doesn't spell a bear market. It spells still a corrective phase of a bull market, because you come in wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, this is your wave 4 ABC correction, and that means you're missing the wave 5. Now where does wave 5 take you to? Obviously these are my targets. You've got a 1272 at the $4.17, you've got the 1414 at $7.64, and then obviously you've got the 1618, which is around about $18. It's got a hell of a lot of work to do to get there, but you're fully aware that Cardano is very strong, and you know, and once it starts to sort of coil coil up and find support, you know, and correct, it does start to break out quite impulsively and move up the stairs quite impulsively. I mean, look at this capitulation event here, which is potentially what we're looking at right now. If you do start to roll here without sort of creating any sort of dead cat mount scenario, you know, any sort of bear market structure right there, potentially looking at some kind of capitulation event, okay, for Cardano, support, start to come back up, get back above the 1, okay, and hold the previous all-time high, and at that point start to come back up, and then that's where you start to put in, you know, your upside, providing you don't come down and lose this low down here, which is all the way down at 15 cents, then you're still validating this potential wave count, basically, you know, this Elliott wave count for this missing 5th wave, wherever it takes us to, the 1272, the 1414, or the 1618 right there for Cardano. So, you know, this is crypto, I'm afraid. This is crypto. It's volatile, you know, all the way down here, opportunity, you know, right now you're coming back, potential opportunity right now. Look at that capitulation event there for Cardano way back there in March. Even, you know, that capitulation event there where you capitulated down there, you know, and you started to come back up the stairs. You ran into the 55, you know, even here you started to come all the way down. Okay, you ran into the 55. Boom. You know, so the EMAs are amazing. Okay, once we start to get back above the EMAs and hold them back to supports, your uptrend at the minute, obviously you're in a downtrend because you're losing them and you are running into them as resistance, and you're almost on the cusp of creating the death cross there on the weekly time frame, which is a major signal that, yeah, you're entering a massive downtrend and you're looking for key levels of support. So, you know, if you was to say, for example, this is the bear market rearing its head, okay, and crypto's done, it's cooked, and we are coming down in the bear market. Well, if we did go through a very similar correction that what we did in the previous bear market for Cardano, then you could be looking at around about a 98% correction right here for Cardano, okay, and that would go from a top just there. If that's your cycle top, 98% correction would bring you all the way back down to the 236 at 5 cents, okay, from that point, from that top. That would be your bear market low. And like I've said to you so many times, okay, millionaires are made in bear markets. Now, the one thing, okay, that will always remain my target until you lose this low, because look, you're working through the fibs here. Okay, you get overextended, you come back for support, whatever it is, but eventually, you know, you can see you're moving in cycles, okay? So this is always my target until it isn't, the 1618, okay? That's what it'll always be on my thumbnail, because it is, it's the road. This is a road, it's a journey, isn't it? You know, obviously it would have been lovely if we continued here and got up to it, but you know, we can't always get what we want for. But if we start to come back, you know, lose this key level support, we trace and hold to 786, you know, this is a potential ABC correction right there, zigzag, expanded flat correction, you know, some kind of irregular correction right there. You hold that support, you're going to start to come back up the stairs, and the journey continues to the 1618 at $8, doesn't it, for Cardano? And the weak hand sell to the strong hand, so to speak. And you can see, look, you've moved up in waveforms like this, okay? So, and that's beautiful, you know, it's beautiful. Adoption takes time. That's what I'm trying to say to you, okay? So, yeah, that's basically Cardano. I hope you understand that update, but you are looking, you're very close, sitting on a knife edge here, potentially losing this low. Now, if you do start to lose that low, I would target the Fibonacci on the weekly, and I would be looking at 786 at 52 cents, which is quite a correction from here, to be honest with you. It's a huge, you know, capitulation event of 44%, but capitulation is good, you know. That was capitulation. This capitulation, it is good, you know. It offers opportunity going forward. So that's a little update on Cardano. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.